Why did I do that though? Was because I don't want to live my life on that phone. And the one thing that I noticed is that Instagram was one of the things where I would pick it up and I would just somehow get to it. And I wasn't even thinking about getting to it. And I was like, my life is not this little tiny thing. My life is everything that's out here. And so why did I delete it? Was because I actually want to be in everything. I want to be present with my wife. When we have children, I want to be present with our children. I want to be the most present version of myself as I possibly can. And I can't imagine that I'll get to the end of my life, be 100 years old and be like, I wish I would have spent more time on Instagram. I wish I would have spent more time watching Netflix. I've been addicted to all of those things. I'm not, above any of this stuff. But I started looking at myself and saying, like, is this helping me get to where I want to be in life? Is it creating more peace in my life? For me, it was creating way more stress. So it was perpetuating these feelings that I'm trying to let go of and trying to work with. And so for me, I think what's important to people is like, if you want to make a change, why do you want to make the change? And for me, looking at a screen is not as important as actually physically being in front of my wife and giving her what she actually truly deserves, which is 100% of my attention. Because there's been times where I've not given her 100% of my attention. And as we start to have kids and stuff, I don't want to be a distracted parent. I want to be with them. I'll never sit there and go, well, when my kids were children, like, I wish I would have spent more time on Instagram. I wish I had spent more time watching Netflix. I just think for me, like the level of the place I'm at in my life is I want to be as present as possible, because I've worked for things, I've climbed ladders, I've gotten to different places. I've realized none of those things fulfilled me in any sort of way. And this journey I've been on in the past, 10 years, 7 years ago, when we started talking about the Bhagavad Gita and I started meditating a whole lot more and getting into it, is I realized, oh, these things are bringing me peace. And the more peaceful I feel, the more that it becomes easy to actually achieve and create the stuff that I want to in life. And so for me, the presence and the peace at this point in my life, things might change. I don't know what it's going to be in 5 years, are actually the things that are the most important to me.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I think we feel like being anxious and being, kind of like busy and stuff will actually create the most effectiveness.
Right.
But what you just said, this idea of if you start from a place of peace, and I think about that, I completely agree with that. If you walk into something with stillness, it gives you clarity, it gives you perspective, you can zoom out, you can zoom in. If you're buzzing around and moving around, you lose all of that. It's all blurry and fuzzy.